Returning to my Coin Lady channel, I am pleased to see you again. With XRP testing important resistance zones, this episode is jam-packed with action. This is it, everyone, the test is underway at this very second. Now is the moment we've all been anticipating. If you remember back to when I was making all these videos for YouTube at the beginning of the year, I was saying things like, listen, if you want to see a higher price or a high price XRP, we need to have the perfect timing. Well, XRP is now trying to make a breakout, and October has a reputation for being the best month for cryptocurrencies, with a return of 80% on average. Whatever other timeframes we may be considering, I am not sure. On top of everything else, SEC may inform us that they will not be appearing in the Ripple vs. SEC litigation, thereby ending the matter. That is also something we will discuss. This episode will focus on the forthcoming meetings, where we will be meeting with Brett and Brad, okay, I shouldn't say between them, at Brad's Garlic House, with Chris Larson, and we will also reveal the identity of the interviewee. Alright, let's hop on a Bitcoin. At $65,783, it has increased by 1.36% in the last 24 hours. Ethereum has gained 2.27% and is currently trading at $26.92. USDT and USDC have returned to their respective dollar pegs, precisely where you would expect them to be. The entire market cap for all cryptocurrencies is $2,326 billion. Now, the question is, where do we go from here? An XRP is 586, not 589, but 586, which is 58 cents for those who are keeping count at home. Everyone is interested in knowing that. How about we take a road trip? Here, I am most anxious about one thing. The extremely bullish crypto mood on Twitter is the one thing that worries me. These days, longs are all the rage. As far as anyone can tell, crypto is going to have a meteoric rise. Here we are with Bitcoin 100x or 100,000. It seems like every coin is planning to perform a 50x. I've been following the cryptocurrency market since 2017, and each time I see negative sentiment like this, our price drops. My prediction is this: what will happen? In my opinion, Bitcoin will likely retest the 50 to 55 level at some point. Personally, I think it's true. Tell me how we'll know it's easy. We will not retest if it gets above 72,000. The retest, in my opinion, takes place prior to that. It is likely that a retest will be conducted. It will be arriving in a few weeks. Plus, I doubt it will be lengthy. Unlike the last one, I don't anticipate it being very unpleasant. In my opinion, the wicking process will be quite rapid. It will displace all of the current officials. Back up we go, you'll be lucky to get your hands on some. Then comes the march uphill. In my humble view, that is the case. Maybe I'm completely mistaken, but maybe I'm also completely correct. At this very moment, it's a 50-50 coin flip, folks. This phenomenon has not fully broken out, according to the available data. Not yet. We haven't completely broken out yet, but the data shows that we are all breaking out. Crypto, everyone is going absolutely bonkers on Twitter. Watch out. I mean exactly that. When it comes to money, I'm more of a spectator. For the time being, I shall sit on my money. I will purchase if we experience a breakdown, however, if we do not, my funds will be kept in reserve. Yes, it is that easy. Why would you like to? Why? Because I've been purchasing cryptocurrency at a dollar cost average rate. My lack of urgency began in 2017. There is no last-minute panic on my part. Over here. Telegraph for coins, September has been the best month for Bitcoin ever. Look at this. 2013 is at the very bottom, rising by more than 9% in only the month of September. We still have a few days to ensure a solid conclusion to this. With any luck, we'll be able to hold and enjoy a fantastic, robust weekend here. But September is notoriously a terrible and violent month. For that reason, I am pleased to see some greenery. If you ask me, I prefer green. In fact, you may view the previous 4 years, beginning in September and ending in December, or March in some years. Crypto was completed in a green state. I'll repeat the timetable for you and tell you about this odd thing that happened earlier. Get ready for a wild fourth quarter. This trend will continue until next year's tax season, when prices will likely fall. After the tax season, however, we should expect prices to rise again in the late spring and early summer. Take a look at the Bitcoin return charts if you still don't trust me. Every year in April, tax season begins. Finally, tax season has arrived. How do we get to that point? February, January, and March. Finally, tax season arrives, that's fine. That sell-off will be observed. And the second thing that usually occurs is, in addition, the bull seasons of 2020 and 2016 were also very green. Green in June 2016, a little bit of red in 2020, and green in July. If you observe trends, investigate its background. It is as easy as comparing our current actions to those of previous bull cycles to gain insight into these markets and our future plans. According to CryptoMinute.com, what do industry insiders think about the possible SEC appeal? The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is reportedly planning to file an appeal against the court's ruling in the Ripple case, which was handed down on July 13. I promise I am not being impolite. My intention is not to be cruel. No one is concerned. Thanks a lot to whomever Eleanor Terry spoke with. In this, do you concur with me? She had a conversation with an ex-SEC lawyer who had just, quotes, departed the firm. Additionally, he stated that, in his judgment, the people involved will likely file an appeal. What this guy stated doesn't matter. An encounter with a former SEC is irrelevant. The question is why she is even communicating with ex-SEC attorneys. She is obviously trying to garner media attention so that she may share this on Twitter and attract followers. Since when have you been in contact with ex-SEC attorneys? The SEC is not going to answer your messages. Like, wow, I know this guy, probably. He has worked there before. It had been 6 months, maybe a year, since he had been there. That's well. His status as an ex-employee will suffice. After I hear his thoughts on the matter, I will transform it into a tweet. If she even spoke to him, who can say? She only says that, leaving it uncertain whether she communicated correctly with him. Out of all the comments on this, Jeremy Hogan's is the finest. Sure enough, he claims, they find the viewpoint to be incorrect. It was a mistake for them to lose sight. He is correct. Give that some thought. When someone challenges your opinion in an argument, you tend to believe you're correct. You can be sure that the SEC also believes they're correct. I am not claiming ignorance here, I do know what's going to happen. On October 7th, when his lawsuit and the appeal date both arrive, nobody knows what will happen. But whose fault is it? What does it matter? What on earth is she unearthing here? For what reason are you attempting to elicit a reaction from a former SEC lawyer by delving into this matter? He is powerless to do anything about it. He has no idea what's happening at the agency anymore since he is no longer employed there. So what does his opinion matter? The cherry on top is that nobody can say for sure whether you even spoke to him. Having just spoken with a former SEC lawyer, I should tweet that the SEC has decided not to appeal. The right thing for me to do would be that. The viewer's presence here is greatly appreciated. Bye for now, and please subscribe and like my channel.